/AskReddit by Reddit. Obese redditors who lost the weight. What surprised you the most? I get so cold now. I can't get away with just a sweatshirt in the winter. I need a long sleeve underneath the sweater underneath my big coat before I even feel a little warm. I finally understand why people wear so many layers. I feel like an idiot. I just now realized why I'm so much colder than I used to be. I've lost 35 to 40 pounds. That was your warmth blubber, dude. I've recently lost 65 pounds, 243 to 178, still got a bit to go though. I've already noticed a decent difference, including how people act towards me, which I was expecting, but the part one wasn't expecting was the resentment from some of my friends who, while not terribly overweight, are now slightly heavier than me, and they are not happy about it. Edit. To the people telling me that my friends are being bad friends and to drop them, I appreciate the support. Although they might be being bad friends at the moment, they are still my friends, most of them I've known a long time, and instead of just dropping them, I'm going to be a good friend and do my best to help them, or simply power through until they adjust. If they don't, then we might drift apart, but such is life. I don't know if you'd call each one surprising on their own, but in total they combined to a massive quality of life improvement. I slept better, breathed better, my mood improved, my pain lessened, my knees stopped hurting, I could actually get up from sitting on the floor without rolling on my side, and I could just stand. Depression went away, anxiety went away, social phobias went away, muscle cramps in my upper back went away, I stopped wearing through the crotches and underarms of all my clothing in short order, and lost the chafing that went along with that. I can now withstand bumps without bruising so much. Small scratches and mosquito bites didn't bleed for ducking ever, and I catch a cold once every few years instead of twice a year. Perhaps the biggest surprise was the amount of pain I suddenly wasn't in just from moving around. That's the best. How little I actually need to eat versus how much I felt I could eat. This is my biggest hurdle. I'm used to eating until I'm full. Plenty of times super full. I started restricting what I'm eating, amount, and it's hard to not slip back into the habit of finishing what I made, like a salad or a sandwich, or whatever, and then finding something to fill up with despite feeling satisfied from my meal. I'm working to reassociate feeling a little hunger with knowing I'm not killing myself slowly with food. I'm a binger too, so it's twice as rough not letting myself eat all the food when I feel even the slightest hunger pang or craving. When sitting in hard chairs or benches, I could feel my vertebrae touching whatever I was sitting on. Was very weird to get used to. Getting cold very easily. Yep, no more natural but cushion. Sitting takes a little more effort, but luckily better posture equals more comfortable. My brother has dropped just over 100 pounds and has maybe 80 more to go for his goal, and this has been one of the biggest surprises for him. Funny enough, a big motivation for him was being able to fit comfortably in airplane and supercar seats. I lost over 90 pounds last year, and what surprised me most is I forgot to calculate for shrinking underwear. It cost a bundle to replace, but was incentive to keep the weight off, which I did. Oh, and my shoe size went down one size. That is pretty common as well. Lost about 200 pounds following the death of my wife. Needed to make sure I wasn't going to keel over of a heart attack. Now I was a single parent to our 2 kids. Always used to be hot all the time. Cold was something that now existed. Also realized that I was still kind of a crappy person. Now just a slightly smaller one. Edit. This kinda blew up. Thanks for all the kind thoughts, people. It happened a number of years ago, but it will always be there. How easy it was to lose weight once I accepted the fact that I'm a food addict / binge eater, and therefore calorie counting just needs to always be part of my life. Although the biggest surprise was how sabotaging, mean and in denial almost all people in my life are regarding food. I subscribed to the your body your business school of thought and was shocked at the amount of times I was accused of having a restrictive eating disorder when still well over 200 pounds, eating 1800 calories a day, losing less than 30 pounds a year. Of course, when I put on 110 pounds over the course of 2 years, no one said a thing. My asthma symptoms completely went away. Never even considered that as a possible outcome. I was pretty broke and ran out of Advair preventative, which costs $300 for a month's supply, where the rescue inhaler cost like $20. So I was going to have to go cold turkey, and about 2 weeks later I realized I hadn't actually used the rescue inhaler. Eventually my rescue inhaler expired, and I haven't had need or want for it since. I was morbidly obese through the entirety of my childhood and adolescence, then lost about 100 pounds when I was 18. 19 now and keeping it off. I think the most surprising thing was just how different I looked. Not just skinny, but different. It's like there was a whole other person hidden under there, and I had literally never seen her before. I used to want to throw up being anywhere near a mirror or a camera or a scale. Now I'm like a little magpie. Lol. I can't stop looking at my reflection. I love being in pictures and videos. I'll stand and talk to myself in the bathroom mirror for half an hour. Also, fashion. I love having my own sense of style now. I used to think I didn't care about clothes or how I looked, but I realized in retrospect it was just hopelessness. I knew I wouldn't like how I looked in what I wore regardless, so why bother? I now love clothes. I love shopping. I have a fun and unique style, and feel so much more in touch with who I am and how I present myself. Highly recommend it. I've lost about 60 pounds over the last 7 years. Slow and steady wins the race, and now weigh 165 pounds. I'm a 5 feet 10 inches 25 years old guy. Noticed a bunch of things. 1. There is an observable relationship between my weight and the weight of girls who are interested in me. 2. I can jump, run and walk upstairs without turning into a sweaty mess. I still go around jump on things, because I now can. It feels great. 3. I've come to realize how much of my lot in life is tied to my appearance. Clothes do make the man, and I'm burdened by the knowledge that being skinny is objectively better in almost every way. But 4. Being skinny is not a panacea for all of my ills in life. I'm still awkward at times. I'm still an butthole at times. I'm still lazy, and I'm not suddenly charismatic and socially brilliant. Losing weight really is just one thing I need to improve in my life. It's not a total solution. 5. Staying skinny requires a complete and perpetual lifestyle transformation. I don't eat sweets. I don't eat fast food. I don't keep snack foods in my house. I don't drink Coke or other sugary beverages. I don't drink alcohol other than vodka soda. If I slip up I gain weight, and so I have to be constantly vigilant. 6. I'm bony and it now hurts to sleep on my side because my hips dig into the bed, whereas my fat provided another cushioning layer. 7. I was really fat. I've lost 60 pounds, and I'm still pudgy. I often ask myself why I allowed myself to get so fat, and then I remember chocolate milk. Delicious, fattening chocolate milk. TL. Doctor, losing weight is a 10/10ths experience. Would do again. I lost 80 pounds last year, and 2 things really stuck out. The first was realizing my thighs no longer touched. I couldn't, for the life of me, figure out why my legs felt so weird all the time. They were cold and kind of gangly, like they weren't quite sure what to do sometimes. It finally hit me. I was learning how to walk all over again, since my thighs weren't constantly compressed together. It threw off my entire world. Second, I work in a healthcare field and people take me so much more seriously now. Even though I educate on postpartum health, mostly breastfeeding and mental health support, attachment, etc., there is an enormous difference in how seriously I'm taken compared to before the weightless. There is a very real bias against overweight folks, and it was weird to have it blatantly played out before me. I found bones and muscles I didn't know I had. Didn't realize my ankle was a tiny bone instead of this huge fleshy lump. People talked about fat people around me without first giving me the mildly apologetic "I'm going to talk about your type" look, which was quite an eye-opener to hear what people would say when no fat people were around. Friends used to tell me, "You're not that fat. You look 140. I was ducking 260 pounds, but I had never been skinny, so I had no reason not to believe them, just assuming normal women must have been 100 to 120 pounds maximum. I can't even pick up how much weight I've lost and carry it around. I have no idea how I used to walk, but then I noticed I no longer sweat like a pig. I'd have to get to class 5 to 15 minutes early so I could wipe myself down in the bathroom with wet towels and hope that the shoulder and back stains from my backpack would dry up before anyone noticed. I no longer worry about hugging people. Still not a hugger per se, but it doesn't make me feel like Godzilla or some kind of sweaty hell pig. I was surprised by how much new body access I had. Made sense that skinny women didn't have problems reaching anything to shave it. I just thought it was something everyone went to a salon for, because who could ever reach it? You asked for the one unexpected change. Sorry I went off on a ramble. Thank you for watching Reddit. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more r/AskReddit videos. Share your stories in the comment section below.